Hello, thank you for being here. Today we're going to be looking at Last Christmas by Wham, and I'm going to be showing you some great open chords you can play it with. We're going to be playing the melody, and I'm even going to show you how you can practice playing your triads over the top of it. So I really hope you enjoyed the lesson. If you do enjoy it, please do like and subscribe if you want more, and I'd be happy to help. So let's get to it. In Last Christmas, it's based around 4 chords only. It's one of these 4 chord songs, right? We can make it prettier. We can add in extra stuff, but it's really based around these 4 chords. And those 4 chords, if you join me, are D major, B minor, okay, E minor, and then we have an A. Now, I was playing a B minor 7 just there. You could also play a B minor bar chord. Okay, you may have done this one before as well. But for an open position, a B minor 7 is quite nice, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. So the first chord, the D chord, open, 2, 3, and 2, that's our first chord in the group of 4. And then after that, we move these 2 fingers upwards to the B minor 7. Now we move these 2 fingers up by 2 strings to get that B minor 7 sound. Now, in a normal B minor 7, we probably wouldn't hear the open E string, but if you want to for this song, you can leave it open. Now the next chord, E minor, is just our open E minor chord, and then we're going to go to an A. And when we do our strumming pattern, it's kind of this classic down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, and it's 2 chords, so it's 2 bars for each chord. So it goes, last Christmas I gave you my heart, and the very next day you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, you gave it to someone special. Okay, now that's fine. Those are our first 4 chords, and you could play the whole song just like that. But we're going to make the chords a little bit different, sound really cool. So we're going to still do a D chord to start with. So it's going to go, last Christmas. Now what are you going to do after that? Take your middle finger off to get to D sus2. Okay, that's a D sus2. What we're doing is we're taking the F sharp there, turning it into an E note. So we've got that open E ringing. Okay, you may remember that from what I said earlier. So now what we have is this. So we have a D, and it goes, last Christmas I gave you my heart. Okay, it's a really nice little bit there. After that, go to the B minor 7, just like you did before. Let that E string ring out, just like we did before. So we have, last Christmas I gave you my heart, and the very next day you gave it away. Okay, it's sounding really nice already, isn't it? From there, we're just going to move up this middle finger on the B minor chord, or the B minor 11, to the E minor, and this gives us E minor 7. Okay, really nice chord. So from the very start, we have D major, last Christmas, D sus2, and then that B minor 11 chord. It's nice, isn't it? And then after that, we're going to move up our middle finger to here, which gives us that E minor 7. Now these are really nice 2 at the end that we're going to do. We're going to play A sus2, which is 0, 2, 2, 3, and then 0. That's our A sus2, and then it's going to go to a normal A. So why don't you practice just doing the strumming pattern for that A sus4 going to the A. Okay, so if I play all of those chords together, this is what we have. Ready? Christmas, I gave you my heart, and the very next day you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, to give it to someone special. It's a really nice little pattern, isn't it? Now those are our kind of basic open chords. If you wanted to, you could play them in bar chords. But before we get there, why don't we loop it and have a listen to the melody? So if I was to loop these chords quickly, let's have a listen. Really nice one to play, isn't it? Okay, so now that we've kind of put together a basic loop and melody, what we can do is we can try and add in some pretty stuff to try and practice our triads as well. Now, we were playing in open chords, so we're going to kind of move up to bar chords, so I hope you kind of follow along. If you've got any questions, just let me know in the comments, but hopefully I'll try and explain it to you. So, the first chord we had was a D, okay? Now if I play a D chord up here, and this is in our E-shaped bar chord, right? If I was to just play the top 3 notes of that, that would be what's called a major triad. And we could play that over the D chord. So if I click play, and I was to do maybe some picking like this, right? Let's have a listen. Okay, it's quite a nice thing, and what we're doing is we're just playing that chord over the top of it, right? Which is nice. Now, what was the next chord? We had D sus2, okay? We can treat that as D for this purpose. And then we had that B minor 7, okay, or B minor 11, but B minor 7 in this case. Now, B minor 7 in an E shape would look like this. Now, what we could do is just, again, play those top 3 strings. Okay, that's a really nice thing. So what we had was the top half of D going to B minor 7, okay? And then what you could do is like this. Going to that B minor 7, okay? Now, of course, these aren't the only shapes you could use, but these are just good ones to get going with. So the next chord that we had E minor 7. Now, an E minor 7 chord could be played like this. Now, you could notice it being played. That's the top half of it, isn't it, right? So this is the A-shaped bar chord for an E minor 7. You could play it here, just the top 3 strings. You could also play an E minor 7 there, and you could play the top 3 strings there. Yeah? I actually quite like that one because it's a bit more contrasting to the B minor 7 that we've just played. So let's do it like that for now. So we're going to go into the D like this. B minor 7. We're going to go to E minor 7. And then for the last one, it was A, wasn't it? That was what we said the chords were based around. It was an A chord. Now, A in a D-shaped chord would look like this, okay? Now, what you could do is just play just like this, okay? It's a really nice one. So what did we have? We had D, B minor 7, E minor 7, and then we have the A chord at the end. So if I was to play along with that, let's see how it sounds. What do you think? Okay, it's a really nice start for our kind of making it sound a bit more pretty on top. Now, if you think about those chords that we were kind of really playing, you know. So this is what we had here, right? We had the D the D major going to D sus4, sorry, D sus2. And then we had B minor 7, that was just 2 bars of that, which was quite nice, wasn't it? Then we had E minor 7, which we did. That was perfect. Now for that A sus4 to A sus4 to a normal A, what you could do is something like this. Yeah, and that little shape, by the way, on the D shape for the sus4, you probably remember this from your open D. That's the shape that we're just using up here, right? So if I was to do those shapes with those kind of following the extra chords that we added in, let's have a listen to how it sounds. Ready? It's nice, isn't it? So I'll just loop it round. I can play the melody, right? Maybe practice your improv. Yeah, really nice thing, and we're in the key of D there, right? Yeah, you could think of D as being in B minor. Awesome. So look, I really hope you enjoyed that lesson on Last Christmas. Let me know how you got on. Did you enjoy playing the chords? Was it the arpeggios that you liked? Did you enjoy improvising? Just let me know how you got on in the comments. Thank you so much for being here, and hopefully see you at the next video.